my session, previous one, so she will be joining soon.
Yes.
Hello. Hi there. Hi all.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome.
Thanks,
Kay.
Doris. I think I'm stalking you from session.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? I see you in every one. Have you seen my outfit change as well?
I did notice actually. Yes,
It
yes.
was too glamorous, that last one. It was too much. It was like, no, like going out for dinner. I should have done a different one for every session if I'd known you'd been there.
Yeah, you always look glamorous.
I thought you did it a virtual. The way
It's
we
a
change
virtual outfit. You can change your outfit on Teams. It's a very,
Yeah.
very advanced function.
No, I'm just kidding. Look great.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is the last session of the day. Alia, how did yours go?
Oh, went well
Yeah,
so far.
good.
Yeah, good session. Yeah, overall sessions are good so far. I have participated,
Yeah.
very engaged with number. Yeah,
Good. Yeah, no, I've seen a few that have been really, really good.
yeah, very engaging. Well done. Congratulations as well.
Well, let's wait till the last session's finished before we start congratulating. Imani!
Hi, everyone.
Microphone. Hello, Dottie. Imani, good to see you. Oh.
Imani, good to see you after a long time.
Imani, you're muted, but we'll just talk at you.
How are you doing, everybody?
You've got lockdown facial hair, I see.
Yeah, it's just about time I start looking my age.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of 25. Yeah.
Plus VAT.
Okay, shall we? Oh, we still have people
Yeah.
joining. I think it's best to start on time, and I think with a few seconds to go, I think we should. So it's not to hold up the exciting session that well, it's going to be very exciting. I'm looking forward to it myself. And having looked at the excellent video, I will leave that for the discussions in a few moments. So I'm just politely going to mute you all, but I think you've already done that, so thank you very much. So welcome to the first, and I believe it is the first and not the last. It will be another one next year, to the QAHE Learning and Teaching Online Conference for 2020. What a glorious day it is, may I say. So it's lovely to see you all, and we still have people joining, but I'm going to not delay anything. So firstly, I would like to introduce Tavares. I believe at least hello. Fantastic to have you here and to present your work and to have a fruitful discussion and Q&A session from everyone as well. So this session is 15 minutes. I've been told, so I will follow the instruction. I must keep to a time limit so that we don't go over the time of 15 minutes. And nonetheless, I will ensure that everyone has a fair amount of time to ask a question or two, and I will call time near the end, within at least 5 minutes, and then the last minute, so to give everyone an opportunity.
Thank you.
Especially Tavares, because I'm sure she'll be looking forward to that as well. But what I would do, just to remind you, is that when you have a question, if you can notice on your screen there's a hand. I hope you can see that. So it'd be useful when you do wish to ask a question, please use your hand, so to speak, by selecting. Also, just to let you know, this session is recorded, and I will come to you and hopefully at the same time. Tavares can also then, I will then go quiet. I will not say anything. I will be passing over to Tavares, and then I'll just interrupt or try not to interrupt at all, actually. But I will look towards the end to make sure that everyone is aware that we're coming towards the end there. But I'll give a reasonable warning for that.
Thank you, Kane. Yeah, do you mind
you.
just popping up my question slide just to remind people of what the questions were? Hopefully people have had time to reflect.
Yes, I'm just going to now do that, and I'll share with everybody.
Awkward silence as that comes up, but we've all been there.
This is where I should pause, but anyway, I click the okay now I know where I am. There we go. Hopefully this is going to kick it off.
Well, while you're getting that up, why don't I get started? Because I've got my questions in front of me.
There we go.
So if you, hopefully you've all watched the video, and actually I can see here if anybody annotated it like they were supposed to. I know not everyone did because there's only a few comments, but that's all right. And so one of the questions I wanted to ask was, what's my question? So I had three, I don't know if you noticed, but the annotations at the side, there were three types of tasks that I were asking people to do. So I asked people to reflect on their own experience. So I put things like, did this happen to you? Were you interrupted at work? Or what were your issues with back pain at your desk? So that was one type of question. I also asked people to do some research, which I think no one did. Let me have a quick look. So I've got, no one responded. So one of my questions was, there's a yucca plant on the balcony. Is this the best place for it? And there's also a Japanese maple tree. What sort of soil should we use? Now, if you didn't know the answers to those questions, you were supposed to go and research it. So one type of question was to reflect on your own experience. One was to do research. And one at the end, when I ended the session quite badly with I don't have to turn it off, was to give feedback on presentation skills. And I wondered if you guys had any ideas of what other functions you could use that annotation tool for. If you do, please raise your hand or just unmute yourself.
Hey, Tavares.
Hello.
Hello. Love the tool. I think it's a fabulous thing. And I think maybe for if you're given information in a video, then maybe you could have a few questions to get them thinking about the content. Sort of
go on.
So like what you did, but maybe sort of more of an interactive test, not testing, but something to look at the content in the video maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Obviously my video wasn't particularly content heavy, so they were kind of like reflection questions. But yeah, you're right. I think in a subject lecturer's video, there could be questions about the content. Yeah, that's a good idea. We've got Eleanor's got a question.
Thank you. Thanks, Tavares. Yeah, brilliant. I know you sent some instructions how to use the tool, but of course, I personally haven't had a chance. So yeah, thanks for that.
Glad you brought that up, Eleanor. There are instructions for how to use it.
Which we all have to review, I guess. So thanks for that. My question is whether you've tried it with students and what sort of response you got, and how many actually engaged, and
That might be a question I have to put to others, because I haven't actually, because I only learned to use it quite recently, and then I didn't have any teaching, so I didn't have a chance to kind of promote it with learners. But as I said in the instructional videos, which are separate to the ones that you guys have seen, one of the things I think would be great to use it for would be for students, as in getting them to make their own videos, like presentation videos, and having them comment on each other's. So you can actually get students involved with the uploading and the content, and then you're kind of having a conversation with them. So what's been nice is I've looked at the comments you've made so far, and I've commented on some of your comments. If anyone's gone back and seen it, it's nice and interactive. No, I haven't used. You are my first learners, in fact, that I've used it with. I think you might be sharing something that you're not supposed to there, Kane.
Sorry?
I think you might be sharing your screen.
Okay, that's not good.
That's all right. I'll see if I can share mine instead.
Yeah, that's better.
That is a bit better. I'm going to share mine because I can just show you. Can you see this? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
we
So this
can.
is, obviously, this is the video. And here, I mean, it might be a bit small for you to see, but things like here, where people have responded, I've got 3 responses here. Thank you, Sean and Beljeet. Me. Oh, 2 responses, and then I responded to Sean. So it's quite a nice way of not just getting them to interact with the video, but then you interact with their interactions. And that I imagine would be quite motivating for students to use. So I'll stop sharing that now because I think it might be complicated.
It certainly offers, you know, one of the tips of how you can make those videos engaging, how you can get students involved even when they are watching a presentation. So that's a really good tool. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, you might send them away to look at a TED talk, but I mean, you watch a sort of 20-minute TED talk and how engaged a learner's going to be with that. But if you're putting things in, any other suggestions on, well, do you know what, it's rather than suggestions, why don't we just let people ask their questions? So, Kane, do you want to decide who's going first out of Eleanor and?
Yep. Eleanor, hello.
Oh, sorry, I've
can we
just
come
asked.
to
Oh,
you?
yeah,
You
I'm
just
just
had-
going to lower
okay,
my
if you-
hand.
No,
Yeah.
there's another
Yeah,
Eleanor.
yeah.
Sorry, there's an Eleanor Walker.
Yes, Eleanor Walker. Yes, quite. Would you
Hi.
like to?
Yes, thank you. Mine was just a quick question about whether you are notified when students or when you receive responses, because I was thinking maybe if we use this as a tool for our ACE videos, we wouldn't necessarily be able to keep track of everything that's happening.
That's
So
a really good point. I haven't looked at that. I certainly,
Okay.
I didn't get notifications from this, but I wonder if there's a setting.
Okay.
I'm having a look now, but I don't think I'll be able to find out in this conversation. But no,
That's
that's
okay.
a good
I can
point.
have
I
a
had
look.
to go back and check.
Mhm.
So I guess the only way you can keep an eye on that is to give students a deadline and say, I'm going to be checking on this day.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Novera, hopefully I've pronounced correctly. Can we come to you? Do you have a question?
Yeah, a comment and a question. I think that's the activity where you're asking people to reflect and share their personal experience. I think that ties in with the rest of the theme of belongingness and having this peer connectedness, which online learning really misses out on. So that's a really good thing. So I wanted to ask if students can comment on each other's comments or replies.
They can, but what it comes up as, it's not like on Facebook or WhatsApp. The replies underneath, they all just go in one string. So you can't, the only thing you can actually comment on is the original annotation. So you mean you could certainly refer to it, but yeah, it's not as easy as, you know, we're on WhatsApp, you can reply to a specific comment. You can't do that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I am interested, I'll wait for people got their hands up.
Tim, could we come to Tim? Tim,
Yep.
hello, Tim.
Hello,
Tim
hi, thanks. Yeah, Tavares, as I said in an email to you yesterday, I thought the video was great and really entertaining. One comment and one question, really. One is that I think the use of that type of technology just turns the learning into an active and not a passive process. So, you know, you really do have to engage with it. And so I think we should be looking at how, if we start to pre-record lectures and move as a move forward into a more digital delivery, then the annotation software is a fantastic way of getting some engagement. And it's also, as you said, it's a way of testing people's understanding of what's been put into the video with the type of questions that you ask.
Yeah.
I suppose, leaving aside the time it took you to actually work out how to use the software, how long do you think it took you to actually produce that? So it's kind of getting an idea of
no, to be fair, what took me a long time was making my fancy video with all the little pictures in. Like that was what took time. The annotations, once you've got your video, you upload it to YouTube, which is fairly straightforward. From there, you upload it to Video Ant, and that's really easy. And then these questions, annotations, like minutes. It's not difficult at all. So the only bit that was hard was making the video in the first place. But if you're doing a video of your lecture, you don't have to make an extremely slick and fancy video, which I admit mine is. Yeah, that part is easy.
Okay,
and it's
good.
also, it's the other thing was, it's not actually software. It's not something you need to download to your computer. It's literally a website, and it's free to use. So it's not like anyone has to make any changes to your computer. Yeah, you just literally go onto the site, and all the instructions are there. The instructions are also in guides for online delivery, which I made.
Okay, because I think, thanks, Tavares, that's interesting, because I think the most powerful use of this technology ultimately is that we get everybody using it. You know, there's probably a halfway house where we do need a bunch of staff who are the experts that are helping others to leverage it, but we need to getting it having its own momentum, really, when staff just, instead of thinking, I'll put a word table together, or I'll put a couple of sheets of A4 together, they think, right, I'll actually go on and do a video answer, or I'll go on and set a Padlet up, and so it becomes second nature to us as a collective faculty.
And it will do
that.
as well.
Yeah.
In fact, this conference has been a good little experiment in this kind of asynchronous, not necessarily learning, but presentation of information. Because in our lessons we haven't been pre-recording videos, but for this conference we have. So it'll be interesting to see how this works, and maybe apply that to our teaching too, to be like doing pre-recorded videos. Obviously the ACE team have done stuff like that before, but we as a teaching team haven't necessarily.
Yeah, I think it's worked really well, this concept, actually. But anyhow, I'll shut up now. There are others with their hands up. So
thank you very much, Tim. Thank you. Belgique, may we come to you? Thank you.
Hello, thank you. Tavares, just a quick question. I mean, it's not really a question, actually, more of a comment, but I think it would also be very interesting for us to maybe explore how different subject groups might use it. So, for example, Eleanor in the English team, but then maybe, you know, Tracy for accounting, and maybe we'll look at how different subjects could use that, and maybe try to then build something from there going forward that people can dip into.
They'd certainly be using it in very different ways. I mean, certainly in EAP, there's so many. With EAP, there's so much, because you can look at language, and you can look at, and also not just EAP, but just the general academic skills of presentation work. And yeah, there's a lot. And then I wouldn't have any ideas about accounting, but I bet Tracy would.
That's great, thank you.
All right, we just have a couple of minutes left. Tim, I can see your hand is still up, so I think we'll. Yeah.
Ignore me, sorry, Evan.
That's a common, literally just sitting there like that.
Yeah, sorry, I'll take my hand down.
Thank you. Is there anyone else before we come to a conclusion here that would like to ask a question?
If there's no questions, I'm just going to quickly, just the questions that I'd put up. I'd said, what other functions could you use the tool for? And as I said, as reflection questions, there were do research questions. So the point of the silly gardeners question was that, you know, you go away and you find something out and you come back, which I think would be really useful in a subject lecture. Even if it's just like, you know, someone mentions a name and you say, who's this person that they've just name checked, and you go and do research on them. And as I say, giving feedback on presentation skills for students. I also think it'd be a useful function to use as a glossary. So if you posted something from another site, like a TED talk, rather than having a glossary at the bottom, you could literally, as they give a word or a concept you haven't heard of, pop that in and give a definition of it. That might be another interesting use for it.
One last question, or otherwise I'm going to be ending the session and thanking Tavares for her valuable time in sharing her experience with us.
I'll just quickly, so Eleanor did pop a question in the chat box, which I missed.
I do apologise.
Oh, no, that's all right. No, I think she only just did it. Do you have to upload the video to YouTube? Yes. The thing with video answers, you can only access videos that are in the public domain. So you can use anything that's already on YouTube. And if you want to use your own video, you have to put it on YouTube. However, you can put it on a private YouTube one. You can do one where there's only the link. That answers that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Tracy says definitely worth exploring this with the accounting team. Okay, fantastic.
Thanks for your support, Tracy.
Fantastic. So Tavares, thank you very much for firstly sharing your video with us all, It was a lovely video to watch, I have to say. Brought a
I
smile
don't
to
normally
my
have my
face.
daughter on screen that much. That was the first of them.
I did quite enjoy the balcony, but anyway, oh yes, so that's as
really
well.
nice.
Very nice. So thank you very much, Tavares, for your time, and also to everyone else, including those who asked questions. I've put a link in. Now let me see if I have got a link in there. I should have put a link.
Got a link in. It's just that people have chatted, but yeah.
Yeah, tinyurl.com, QAHE. LNT online conference feedback. Yeah, it'd be great if you could take a moment or two to complete that. That would be excellent. That'd be really useful, especially for next time as well. So nothing else for me to add. Tavares, would you like to just add?
I should have thought of a snappy one-liner. No, it's the end of the conference. So just thanks for coming to this session, but thanks for coming to all of them. Looking forward to reading your feedback.
Fantastic.